This is Rachel Galvin with Observer TV. We are here at the new Bell's department store in Deerfield Beach, where Guy Harvey, artist and marine conservationist, is inside signing autographs for a long line of people. We're going to go inside and get a chance to talk to him right now.
Peace, everybody.
Well, Rachel, as you know, we've had a very good and healthy relationship with Bell's for many years. Yesterday I was up in Port St. Lucie. We had a very good turnout there too, and today's been equally good. It's a brand new shop here in Deerfield Beach, and Bell's, it's one of our biggest customers. They have 80 stores all around Florida. They are the Florida store, and my artwork is typically, game fish, reef fish orientated, the coastal lifestyle. So they do very well with the product, we do very well with it, and we have a great partnership going, so we support each other, like we did with the Gulf Fisheries Restoration effort. Bell's helped a great deal in selling the two designs that I did for the Gulf Restoration Fund that we did through my foundation, and it's things like this, events like this that, help bring in the customers and promote the brand.
Great. Now tell me about your love of the sea. Well, when did that start?
I grew up in Jamaica, that's where I'm from. My parents fished a great deal, so I was exposed to it from very early on. I did a lot of diving as well. I've been diving for nearly 40 years, so diving has become a tool for me. I've become an underwater photographer, cinematographer, I do lots of documentaries, so my love for the sea goes way, way, way back. I studied marine sciences formally. I didn't study art. I have a doctorate in fisheries science, which helped in my understanding of fish anatomy and physiology and the ecology, and allows me to paint paintings as I do, which are realistic, they're not surreal. And as the brand has grown over the last 25 years, because I've been doing it for this length of time, so our following has grown, and we're not just here in Florida, we're all up the mid-Atlantic coast, we're all through the Gulf and on the west coast too, so it's become very successful. And what I find so exciting about it is that everybody in the family likes my work, from the grandparents, the parents to the kids. So it appeals to all age groups. Very gratifying.
For those artists out there, what do you think is the secret of your success?
There is no secret to the success. I tell everybody I worked extremely hard on this. The dedication and the time I spent with it is probably fairly unusual for an artist. For me, it's a job. I don't paint by a whim, or when I feel like it. I do it every single day, 10 hours a day. That's when I'm at home, not on the road. And I think a lot of the other talented artists I've met who have more talent than I have just haven't really applied themselves as they could, especially in the marketing and the business side of art. So I'm lucky I have a great team around me. We have an office down in Fort Lauderdale, and we have some very, very good guys who've been with me a long time. Some people up to 19, 20 years have worked for me. Yep.
And you have not only your art, but you also have a restaurant, I hear, a TV show, a lot of different things under your name. How involved are you in those ventures?
Well, the TV shows, I do all of those too. I'm actually just embarking on a new series starting next year. As you know, Fox Sun Sports has been carrying my TV shows called Portraits from the Deep for many years now, as did Outdoor Life Network and Versus. We'll try and get back into that. We're doing more of natural history type of shows instead of the regular fishing shows that can get a little boring to do. Repetitive is the word I'm looking for. The restaurants, well, that's another licensed product. I don't own them. We control some of the decor and the menus and a few things like that, but the rest of it is licensed out to a gentleman, and they've opened several now in inland locations, which is good for the brand. There's one in Denver, one in Dallas, one coming up in Austin, one in Charleston, South Carolina, then there are 3 in Florida, and one in Alabama. So that's growing too. In this economy, it's hard to open new restaurants, but they seem to be doing okay. And of course, there's a retail component there too. So we have dedicated Guy Harvey stores in these areas, which also helps with the brand. Yep.
Now, at the base of all this is your foundation. Tell me a little bit about that, and is there anything new going on with the foundation?
Always new things going on. Well, the Guy Harvey Research Institute was started 12 years ago, just south of here at Nova Southeastern University. We put back a lot of money from the licensing program. a percentage from every shirt that was sold today, and in fact any shirt that is ever sold goes back to the Ocean Foundation, which then gives money to different research organizations, but particularly the GHRI, which is my research arm, so to speak. And because we do a lot of research work on sharks, which are very topical these days, there's a lot of problems, Rachel, with shark populations, both here and abroad. That's where we spend a lot of our time and effort. The Ocean Foundation is really mandated to do more fundraising and administering of those funds and the sort of educational and outreach aspects of what we do.
And if people want to get involved with your foundation, how do they find out more about it?
They go to GuyHarveyOceanFoundation.org or to GuyHarvey.com. It'll link you to all the other components of the company and the business. But it's very important that people become involved and be concerned about what is happening to the marine environment. We are reacting, but not fast enough. And it's all to do with how the consumer views the resource. It depends on what fish you eat. We hand out now these seafood guides to people to eat responsibly caught fish stocks or seafood, not to consume depleted or overexploited species. It's up to us to fish responsibly, to obey all the laws in Florida regarding fish and different species, size limits and closed areas and all this stuff, so that we can fish for them, but they can make a comeback, when they need to recover, because we do extract an awful lot of fish, even as recreational anglers. People don't think about it. When you add up the combined effect of millions of people fishing, for snook and tarpon and redfish, tunas and stuff like that, it all adds up to a large amount of extraction.
Are you still involved with the oil spill as far as protecting the animals, the fish?
Well, we were involved earlier, and we had Bells join us in a program to raise money. We raised $500,000 in 4 weeks, selling 2 different designs. That money is now being given out to different research entities from Texas to Florida that will be conducting the research work. And it's called the Gulf Fisheries Restoration Fund is what it was called. It was a way to have people involved with some kind of recovery or cleanup, because a lot of people are not there on the Gulf, but they want to help, so we enable them to help by making a very small contribution and getting a very nice t-shirt. We'll just see where it goes. The actual issue of oil dispersal has kind of left the radar screen, and nobody's really talking about it now, which is it's kind of the way the press works. Is when things get fixed, they don't really do the follow-up and find out what happened, and it'd be incumbent on people like you to ask that question, in 6 months' time, to say, well, what really happened? What transpired? Did it all get cleaned up? Did it evaporate? Did it break down through microbial action? What really are the long-term consequences? And we hope through our research work to find out some of those answers.
So are you going to be putting that up on your website too?
Absolutely. We'll be doing all of that. CNN has been interviewing us about it. It's been very cool. Out of tragedy has become some sort of reform, and certainly a lot more people are aware of the fact that, wow, we drive big cars, and we're actually the cause of this, not the oil company. Yeah. So let's be more responsible.
Okay. Now that you're done with Bells, what are you going to do for the rest of the day? Go paint?
No, actually I got a little work to do in the office, and then I'm flying home today. But next week we go to Texas to meet with other customers down there and do the same thing all over again.